Hello and welcome to Holidays Dietitian Style. My name is Jane Story. I am a registered dietitian in the state of Texas. I work for a national telehealth company, and I also have my own business, Eat Right, Be Fit. You can check that out at my website, eatrightbefit.net. You can also find me on Facebook at Eat Right, Be Fit. You can find me on Instagram at jane.story, jane.story. And you can also find me on YouTube at Jane Story. As I've been out shopping during the holiday season, I have noticed many food gift ideas, and it got me thinking about when I work with my patients. One of the main questions I get asked is, can you give me some product ideas of some foods that would be, good for me to be eating? So here I thought I would give an idea of how you could give somebody a gift that was based on giving them something that's beneficial to them, instead of providing them with candy and cookies and things like that are not going to provide them with the nutrients they need, and it actually can be detrimental to their health, especially if they are suffering from health conditions or they are trying to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight. I know in our culture we show love with food. However, some of that food's not so great for us, and we really need to think about what we're doing and if we are sabotaging people when we're giving them these gifts of food or sweets or things, and it's not beneficial for them. Just something to think about this holiday season. I'm putting together some already prepared foods in this episode. These are things that I have looked at. I've tried to minimize preservatives. I've tried to make sure the sodium content's okay. I've really watched the added sugars. I've only got a couple things in here that are sweets. And they are made from whole grain. They're not the best whole grain option, but if we wanted to have a cookie, I would rather that cookie be giving you something nutritional wise. And I would also like it to be low in added sugars and, relatively low in fat and things like that. So I have looked through all of these products. They've come from multiple different places. And as I go through them, I will try to tell you where I got them. Some may be a little bit harder to find. I've also looked on Amazon for certain products. I've kept many different things in mind for the products that I'm showing. I have some vegetarian, vegan options. And I also just have normal options if you want to put together a gift bag that's based kind of on a charcuterie board theme, or if you want to put together something that's based on some proteins, or if you want to give them a mix of all the food groups. Hopefully I will give you some great ideas for things you can use year-round for yourself, or things that you can give as a gift that will show that you care about somebody by giving them a gift to their health. I found this bag at Ross. It was $9.99, and there are 24 packets, so that's not a bad price if you break that down, if you have lots of gifts to give. This mix has peanuts, raisins, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and cashews. They're 150 calorie packets, so not a full size of anything, but just enough to give you a little bit of variety. I have the series of how to get variety. This is a perfect way how to get variety. I found these at Marshall's. They are $5.99 for 8 bags. This is what the little bag looks like. It is 60 calories for 1 bag. These are edamame soybeans that have been roasted. These I found on the clearance rack. They were $7 for 12 of these. And these are great protein to pack with the carbohydrates. So if we're gonna have some popcorn, we can pack some protein in with this edamame. All my patients know that I love balance. This is the packet. This also comes in a bigger packet where they're not single serve, but I like the single serve option because we can take these on the go with us. Moving to a fruit, these also came from TJ Maxx or Marshall's. They both have them. These are dried apples. The only ingredient is apples. And they are really good to throw in a salad or just to munch on and pair it with some edamame for a protein carbohydrate mix. I love figs, and they are individually packaged. And this is the little pouch of it. These are 120 calories per pouch. Feels like there's about 4 figs in there. These are pumpkin seeds, so you could break these up and put them into little bags of your own, or you could just give it as a bigger gift to somebody. I also have some other pumpkin seeds I found. These are dry roasted and spiced. They have cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, clove, and pumpkin powder. Honey roasted pistachios. Who doesn't like pistachios? You can't eat just one. These have a little bit less than a gram of added sugar, which makes them nice. It gives you that sweetness without all of the sugar. These I found at Ross. You can find these just about anywhere. I mean, you can find them at the grocery store. These were $5.99 at Ross. And then I also found the lightly salted ones. So I did the bigger bags if you wanted to give the bigger bags as a gift. Or if you wanted to mix it up and show them different flavors of these, I got the little individual ones at Dollar Tree. So they're I think they're up to $1.25 now, I think is what they are at the Dollar Tree. So I had those. And then I also found the pistachios in the shell at Dollar Tree. And I believe these also came from Dollar Tree. These are just salted cashews, just nothing but cashews, sea salt, and peanut oil. That's it. This is another protein, chickpeas rather than the edamame, so beans that are roasted. These also came off the clearance at TJ Maxx. 120 calories for a 4th cup and 6 grams of protein. More protein, sesame seeds. I found these at Ross. They were only $3.99. Since we're on nuts, these nuts I have shown in another video. These are from HEB. They're little packages, 100-calorie package of cocoa dipped almonds. Don't know of other brands that carry this in a single serve 100-calorie pouch for chocolate almonds, but they're just cocoa dusted, and it just makes you think you're eating a chocolate covered almond, but it's not all of the added sugar that you would get from some of the other candy coated ones. Some other proteins here. I have Jack Link's mini turkey sticks. These come from Sam's Club. They come in a bag. I don't remember how many come in a bag, but these are really good flavored, minimal ingredients. Again, not very high in sodium as long as you keep it to 1 or 2 sticks. And then I kind of like this venison one. It's from Chomps. I use the Chomps, the turkey in my meal plans a lot, but if we wanted to go with a more full-size stick, if we were gonna give a full-size product or something, I got a bigger one. These are mini uncured Italian salami sticks. I chose these because they were really low in fat for salami. They only have 4.5 grams of fat for a serving. There's 7 sticks in here, so 3.5 is the serving size. 70 calories and 4.5 grams of fat's pretty good for a salami. Something I found at Walmart yesterday. Salmon. This has an olive oil and Mediterranean style salmon. Relatively low in sodium, 360 milligrams, so it's 16%. It's starting to push, but it's still pretty low. No added ingredients. It's just salmon, olive oil, sliced green black olives, red bell peppers, and herbs. So nothing in there. So just kind of a neat can too. I thought that'd be neat to put in a bag. I've put these on one of my videos, the mackerel fillets. So this is another idea to give somebody as a gift. This is a grilled mackerel fillet, just a different option. I found some other mackerel fillets in oil. I thought this was kind of neat because it came in a pouch. These are only 210 milligrams of sodium, so it's a little bit lower in sodium than the other ones. 120 calories, 5 grams of fat, excellent source of protein, 19 grams. Smoked flavored coho salmon. One serving is in here, and it's 320 milligrams of sodium. And the ingredients are salmon, soybean oil, water, smoke flavor, and salt. I've shown the popcorn. You can get these in various bags. This is a 100-calorie bag. This came out of a box that I bought at like Walmart or HEB. You can buy the bag that's 150 calories, which is like a 1.5 serving at Dollar Tree for, I believe, $1.25. And I've also seen these where they're a bit smaller and they're only 80 calories a bag. You can get these at TJ Maxx. You can get them at Ross. You never know what flavor they're going to have. They have all different flavors. Every flavor is different as far as the added sugar goes and as far as the fat content goes. So you really have to pay attention when you're looking at the label. These aren't too bad if you want to get that chocolate taste. These have 120 calories. They have 6 grams of added sugar. and 3 grams of protein, and minimal ingredients in these. I also picked up a box of the lemon poppy seed ones and of the peppermint ones. I have crackers. I've shown these crackers before, the plain ones. These I got off of Amazon. They are chia flaxseed corn crackers. I like them because they're in a single serve package. There's 3 crackers in here, and I do use these on my meal plans a lot because they are made from whole grain. Wasa crisp spreads, I use these in my meal plans as well. They are multi-grain. They come in various different flavors. Just watch the sodium content, and most of them are all whole grain. There's the stamp. This one has 11 whole grains, or 11 grams of whole grain per serving, which is 1 slice. I found these at H-E-B. I was looking to find them in flax because I have seen them before where you can just buy a packet of flaxseed. You don't have to buy the big pouch. I was unable to find that, but I like these little hemp seeds in a pouch. You can throw them into anything, throw them in your yogurt, throw them in your salad, whatever, just 1 serving. So it makes it easy to carry it around with you. These are little pouches of jelly. What they have done is they have taken strawberries, chia seeds, dates, and lemon and made a paste out of it, kind of like jelly. So there's a little bit of sweetness in it. This pouch is only 45 calories. It's probably equivalent to about 2 tablespoons is what it feels like. I found these dried strawberries. These aren't freeze dried. These are just dried like raisin type texture. And there's 5 servings in this pouch. They are includes 2 grams of added sugar. And I think that's coming from some apple juice concentrate they're using because there's no sugar as an ingredient in here. I forgot I had these cookies behind my vegetarian stuff. So I've shown these before on videos. I've used them in the dessert idea, but they're little mini ones. The regular fig bars are like 200 calories and quite a bit of added sugar. But if we take it and break it in half, then the added sugar is only 7 grams of added sugar. And we're getting some whole grains with this. They come in different flavors, but in the minis, I've only seen them in blueberry and raspberry. So this is what the little minis look like. So these ideas are just for a foodie, somebody who does some cooking, doesn't really want you to get them packaged stuff. They just, give me something to help me make something. I've used these in my videos before, the Kevin sauces. This one I picked it because it's lower in sodium than some of the Kevin sauces are. And the Thai coconut, it's really good. You can use it in a variety of different ways. There are 3.5 servings in here. Just a flavored sauce. I got this I believe you can get them at H-E-B. Aldi was carrying them for a while, and you can get them on Amazon as well. This is a tangy garlic seasoning blend that I got at Ross for $3.99. It's with orange, lime, and more. So I thought that was kind of a neat flavoring. This is just a salt-free all-purpose seasoning. This came from Walmart. I've used other flavors in my videos. This is a new flavor, spicy Italian. I haven't tried this one yet, but that would be a good, neat idea. It doesn't have any salt in it. Peppermill, something simple. Again, we don't need to salt our foods. We got some pepper here. I like to use dressings in my videos and my meal plans that are middle of the road. And what I mean by middle of the road is that the calories are between 35 to 60 calories for 2 tablespoons, and the fat content is somewhere around 5 or 6 grams. And I don't like it to have a lot of sodium. I saw these in Ross. I've also seen them at Whole Foods, and they are much pricier at Whole Foods. This is Caesar dressing. It has 60 calories. It was $3.99. I believe when I saw them at Whole Foods the last time I was in there, they were $6.99 or $7.99. So this is like half the price. 60 calories, 6 grams of fat, and 150 milligrams of sodium. So not too bad for a Caesar dressing. I also found this dressing. It is a carrot miso vinaigrette dressing. It has 60 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 85 milligrams of sodium. And this one was actually reduced to $1.99. So, and it's not expired, but that's a great price on that dressing. This is just air fryer oil or just spray oil. It is made from avocado. It is seasoned. It has garlic, black pepper, and onion extract. So that makes it a little bit different and interesting. So I got that. This came from Ross. It was $4.99. And then When I talk to my patients, sometimes they'll tell me they eat their food really fast, or how can I slow down? And I'm not one of those people that say, okay, chew your food 25 times and swallow it. Okay, if you want to do that, great, go ahead, do it. What I like to do when I eat, I like to eat with chopsticks, and I'll eat salads with chopsticks. Now, quinoa is a little bit difficult to eat with chopsticks unless it's on something and it'll stick to it and you can eat it. But anyway, this slows down your eating. I got these at Ross. They were $3.99 for my vegetarian, vegan people. This came from TJ Maxx. They do have various flavors, and I have shown some of those flavors on other videos. This one is actually low in sodium. It's Vegetable Harvest. It has 12 grams of protein. All you do is add hot water to it. Minimal ingredients: lentils, dried carrots, shallots, butternut squash. So these 4 I got off of Amazon, and they are a little bit pricier. I'm not quite sure of the price. This has 18 grams of protein in it, and it's just lentils and mung beans and other vegetables and seasonings. It is it's 21% of the sodium, so it is a little bit high. But if we use this as one meal, that would still be okay, because in my meal plans, I usually allow 575 milligrams for a meal, and then half of that for a snack. So great way to get some protein and get a variety in there on the go. So you could keep this in your car. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was out shopping and how I was going to present this. If you were out and about and you had one of these in your car, most gas stations have hot water on their coffee machines. And you just grab some hot water out of that, pour it in here, let it sit in your cup holder for a few minutes, and then you can eat it. So this is a great thing to keep with you, that there's always gas stations around. You can get some hot water at. It comes in multiple different flavors. So this one is classic masala. This one is toasted curry, coconut ginger, and spinach and garlic. They all have 18 grams of protein. The calories just vary in them, but they all have 18 grams of protein, which is an excellent way to get your protein in as a vegetarian or vegan. Very simple, shelf-stable tofu. It doesn't get any more simpler than this. Just throw that in there for those vegetarians and vegans. I got these off of Amazon, and I really like them. They are edamame that are already cooked. And they're in a pouch, a shelf-stable pouch. Great to keep in your car for snacks. You do not have to be a vegetarian or vegan to eat these. These are a great snack to have. They have 11 grams of protein, 110 calories. Kimchi. I wanted to try it, and I didn't want to buy a big jar of it because sometimes it can be really expensive. So I found this at H-E-B. It's a little pouch. It says there's 3 servings in here. Each serving has 290 milligrams of sodium. This was relatively low for sodium for kimchi. Some kimchi is way higher. But just a neat little thing. You could throw in any of these pouches if you wanted to have somebody try kimchi. Protein's very difficult for vegans to get in their diet. And I found these noodles that are made from tofu. Not that these could replace a whole grain noodle, because that also is going to provide you some protein, but just for something a little bit different. There's 1 serving in here. So this is 1 serving in this pouch, and it's 100 calories, 7 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, and 11 grams of protein. My last idea is this plant-based taco meat. I found this at Walmart. 3 tablespoons is 60 calories and provides 8 grams of protein. You just put it in a pan with some water, and you're ready to go. Okay, so I wanted to show you the ideas that I came up with to put these things in. So I do a lot of thrifting and antiquing and things, and I pick up baskets all the time, or sometimes I will want something that was in the basket and it came with it, and I'll just save these for, I don't know, I might want them for something. Well, they came in handy for this. So I would use these to regift, and put some of the food options in there. This I bought at Target a few years ago, but again, it's just something I've had, I'm not really using. So I figured, you know what, this would be a good thing to give as a gift basket. If you didn't want to give a big gift basket, I'm going to show some ideas when I put these together using just a little gift basket. These came from Dollar Tree. They were $1.25. I think they still have them, and I think they came in different colors and sizes. These are round, but I think they also came in oval. And then these baskets I probably bought at Goodwill or some antique store, thrift store. They were just little baskets that probably were initially from a fruit basket. I wanted to give you some other ideas. I bought these little bags. They're short. I didn't want them to be very tall because I thought maybe if you could show what was in there, that would be a neat idea. So that's why I got the shorter ones. And then for the bigger ones, just little paper bags here I got at Dollar Tree. I don't remember. I think they came in like a 2-pack or 3-pack for $1.25. And then I also have the smaller ones. So stay tuned here after this and you can see how I put those things together. I hope I have given you some good ideas for food products that you can use year-round. You don't have to just use them now, or something that you can give to somebody for better health. Thank you, and join me next time.